Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 6th of October 2022. Essence. Sweet children, if you make the slightest mistake, Maya will swallow you in such a way that you will move away from God's company. Therefore, look after yourselves and be cautious. Question. What are the rules for sitting in God's class? Answer. Only those who have recognized the Father accurately can sit in this class. Those who sit here have to have unadulterated remembrance. If while sitting here you continue to remember others, that will spoil the atmosphere. It is also a great disservice, because the rules here are very strict. There isn't that much expansion. Question. From which one thing can you tell what the stage of the children is? Answer. In this diseased world of sensual pleasures, when you face a test paper and begin to cry, one can tell what your stage is. You are forbidden to cry. Song. Look at your face in the mirror of your heart. Om Shanti. Who said prani brackets life force or soul? They say that the life force has left him, so the soul has left. So the soul and not the body is said to be the life force. The Father asks you souls, are you sinful souls or charitable souls? All of you believe yourselves to be impure. The Father says, ask yourself, the soul, what sins have I committed? When did I commit them? All are sinful souls, but it is number-wise. So who are the number-wise charitable souls? Who is the number one sinful soul? Bharat was pure, but it is now impure. Today, all human beings have become slaves of Maya. They become slaves of Maya for half a cycle, and then they make Maya a slave, and it is then that they are called charitable souls. Lakshmi and Narayan are called a goddess and God. Where have they gone now? There weren't just Lakshmi and Narayan in the golden age, for there was their whole dynasty. The Bharat of that time is called pure. There were human beings with divine virtues there. It is said, full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees full. Therefore, they were charitable souls. It is then also said that their supreme religion is that of non-violence. So they were also non-violent. There are two meanings of violence. Violence means to kill or beat someone. There are also two types of killing. One is to kill with the sword of lust, and the other is to kill someone out of anger. That too is violence. At this time, all are sinful souls. People say, I am without virtue. I have no virtues. They are number-wise, aren't they? However, they are sinful souls. Therefore, When the Father comes, they should recognize Him. You speak of the Supreme Father. He doesn't have a father, but He is the Father of all. He is the teacher of all. The Supreme Father who resides in the Supreme Abode doesn't have a father of his own. Everyone else has a father. Even Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar have the Father. It is said, salutations to Shiva, and so he is the Father, is he not? The Father doesn't enter rebirth, but he does take birth once in a cycle. People speak of Shiv Jayanti, brackets the birthday of Shiv, and so that is his birthday. Those who study the scriptures don't know how Shiv takes birth. They speak of Shivratri, brackets night of Shiv, but which night is it? People stumble in the night because of the darkness. Then on the path of devotion, they ask people to bathe in the Ganges, to go on pilgrimage to the 4 places, to do this. So all of that is stumbling. This is the night. The golden and silver ages are the day. There is happiness in the golden age. There is no need to remember God there. It is said that everyone remembers God at times of sorrow. Therefore, devotees remember God and make spiritual endeavor. They are impure. Bharat is said to be impure because it is Bharat that was pure. When there was the deity religion, souls were pure. There are no other religions in the golden age. All the impure souls of the other religions experience punishment and then stay in the supreme abode. They don't enter the golden age. There was happiness, peace and prosperity in the golden age. There is only the reward there. Here, you children now follow one direction. There, in one home, you have many different directions. The father would be remembering Ganesh and the children would be remembering Hanuman, and so those are many directions. Here, you children receive your inheritance from the father. In fact, anyone can be called Baba. Gandhiji was also Bapu, but he wasn't the father of everyone. That one is the unlimited Father. The Father comes and liberates you from your chains. There are even chains of devotion. They don't understand that they are impure. Only the one Father makes impure ones pure. You believe in the one true Father. No one stops you when you go to other spiritual gatherings. Here, you are absolutely forbidden. You cannot sit in class until you know the Father, because you are not worthy until you have that remembrance. Maya makes you unworthy. It is said, I am without virtue. I have no virtues. Everyone sings this, which means that everyone is impure. They even insult Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. As is their vision, so the world they see. If someone sitting here continues to remember other beings, that is adulterated remembrance. Although there isn't that firm remembrance because Maya breaks your intellect's yoga, the Father nevertheless teaches you how to connect your intellects in yoga to Him. At the end, your remembrance will become firm. This is why it is remembered of the final moments. If you want to know about supersensuous joy, ask the gopis and gopis. This institution isn't growing that much because the rules here are very strict. Until you know the Father, you cannot sit in class because there has to be unadulterated remembrance here. No one else can make you into a master of the land of truth. You are made into the masters of the land of truth by the Father. It is now the land of falsehood. It is said the body is false, Maya is false, and the whole world is false. It continues like this for half a cycle. For instance, when a father comes onto the path of knowledge, he also has to make his creation become pure. If the children don't become pure, they are disobedient. In a household, if one of them becomes pure, but the other one doesn't, there is fighting and quarreling. This is why the hearts of people shrink. When people listen to this here, they say that it is good, but as soon as they go outside, they become as they were before. They believe what the sannyasis say, that it is not possible to live at home with one's family and still remain pure. So they ask, how we can do that? However, here you have to make a promise. Even the children say that they will become pure. For half a cycle, we have been calling out, O bestower of salvation, come. So he has come, he has now come. Now, will you listen to him or to someone else? The Father says, if you don't listen to me, how would you go to the golden age? If you are not a child of the Father, you are unworthy and you won't be able to stay here. It will be difficult for such a person to stay here, since they are then like a swan and a stork. How can they live together? Sometimes the wife remains pure and the husband doesn't, and so the wife calls out. The Father says, children, you will have to tolerate a great deal. Okay, you can go out to work, go and wash dishes. All you want is a piece of chapati. It is better to wash dishes than to indulge in vice. Even a physical father doesn't give asylum to his daughters. He would say, we have tied your hands to him for this, and so you will have to indulge in vice. However, the Parlokik Father says, make a donation and the bad omens will be removed. Give the donation of the 5 vices so that the omens can be removed, and you will then become 16 celestial degrees full, like the moon. Sri Krishna was 16 celestial degrees full. Now there are no degrees. Now all are impure. People say that they are impure, but if you then tell them that they are residents of hell, they become upset. At this time, the king, queen, and subjects are all impure. The golden age is an elevated world. No one cries in the golden age. Therefore, here too, you have no right to cry. When you cry, it means that something is lacking in your stage. Since the Father is giving you sovereignty for 21 births, what is the need to cry? However, you forget this. This is a world of disease, a world in which people indulge in sensual pleasures. The golden age is a world that is free from disease (nirogi) and a world of yogis. Here you have to remember the Father. If you don't remember Him, you are doing disservice because you then spoil the atmosphere. Here all are impure. You cannot become pure by donating to the impure. If you give something to impure ones, they will do something impure with it. Here, impure ones interact with impure ones. There, pure ones will interact with those who are pure. The word adulterated is very bad. At first, even devotion was unadulterated. They used to worship only Shiva. Then later they begin to worship the deity idols, and devotion is then said to be Rajoguni. People have now even started to worship human beings. They even wash the feet of sannyasis and drink that water. The worship of human beings is said to be the worship of the elements. That is, it is the worship of bodies made of the 5 elements. They don't understand anything. This is why it is said that the children of the blind are blind. You are the children of the one who can see, and so you can all see. Those people continue to stumble around in the darkness. It is said, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Shankar. It is wrong to say this. Vishnu is the one who lives in the golden age. He experiences his own reward. Then there is also Guru Brahma, but that is when the Father enters his body. Until the Father comes, of what use is this one? The unlimited Father says, "My worthy children are the ones who follow my Srimad." Just as the government issues an ordinance, in the same way, this Pandava government has also issued an ordinance. If you become pure, you will become the masters of the pure world. Therefore, the Father says, forget your bodies, including all bodily relations, and constantly remember me alone. He makes you break your intellect's yoga away from those bodies and engage you soul to the Supreme Soul. So you should remember the Father and also remove your attachment from bodies. There is the story of the king who conquered attachment, and so you also have to become conquerors of attachment. This is a battlefield. If you make the slightest mistake in this battle, Maya will swallow you. It is said that the alligator caught the elephant. It isn't that an elephant went into the water and the alligator caught it. No, this applies here to this time. There are very good Maharathis who explain to many and also look after centers. If they make the slightest mistake, Maya swallows them. She swallows them in such a way that she makes them run away from the Father's company. They then go into the old world. This is why you have to remain very cautious, because it is boxing with Maya. These matters have to be very clearly understood. It is not just a matter of saying, "It's true, it's true." It is on the path of devotion that they say, "It's true, it's true." So and so was born from a nose, and that is true. Hanuman was the born from the wind, and that is true. All of those stories belong to the path of devotion. Here, it is things of knowledge that you have to imbibe. You have to battle with Maya. If after belonging to the Father, you perform any sinful action, there will be 100-fold punishment. Therefore, Baba cautions you a great deal. Look, Bap Dada is now sitting personally in front of you and teaching you. This one would not now say, "Oh God." No. Brahma is the son of Shiv Baba, and then from Brahma he becomes Vishnu. Acha, to the sweetest beloved long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children says namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Number 1. in order to become 16 celestial degrees full like the moon. Make a complete donation of the 5 vices and become liberated from bad omens. Second, after belonging to the Father, don't perform any sinful actions. Remove your attachment from bodies and become a conqueror of attachment. Blessing, may you be an image of support for the world and transform the world with your elevated vision and attitude. The souls of the world as well as matter are all becoming pure through your pure vision. The world is changing through your vision. This world is becoming an elevated world through your elevated actions. Only you children wear a crown of such responsibility and become crowned in the future. Slogan: perform actions while detached and with right, and no bond will be able to bind you. Perform actions while detached and with right, and no bond will be able to bind you. Om Shanti.